Hi distributors, in this video I'd like to show you how to use Canva, which is a browser-based app that I use all the time to design our graphics. All the graphics that I share with you guys, I make through Canva, or I should say most of them I make through Canva. And what I love about this platform is that you are not required to be a graphic designer or even computer savvy in order to use this platform. Also, many of the features are free. That's another great thing to put in the pro column for this app. I wouldn't say there are very many cons actually, if I'm being honest. This is just a really super helpful app. If you do want to access some of the pro features, you can do that. I think the pricing is like $12 a month maybe. You can see I am a pro member because I use this all the time. It's worth it for me to be able to access those professional features. Let's start by creating some content. I'm going to create a story post. In the last video, I showed you how to schedule a regular Facebook and Instagram post. So this time I want to be able to schedule a story post on both Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to start by clicking on social media on this main screen, and it brings up different types of popular items, popular templates that are available. And you see here it says Instagram story. If I wanted to create a blank one, I could do that, and I may show that to you in a second. But I actually want to search here and say sales story. And now it shows me a bunch of different templates that are geared at a product sale and that are sized to the correct size that Instagram and Facebook uses for stories. You can see here there's over 50,000 templates to choose from. And then on the left, there are some filter options that you can use to kind of narrow down that search because nobody's got time to look through 50,000 templates. So I am going to disregard this one. I don't really know what my style is yet that I want to use, but I know that I want the color to be greens. Let's say I want it to be creative, maybe. You can play around with the different templates that you want to see. Let's scroll through here really quick and see if there's anything that pops out at me. And you see these numbers start to change. Now it's saying with my filters applied, there's only 18 options out of that 50,000 that were originally there, unfiltered. Now if we unclick creative, there's 100 templates in the green category because that's the filter that I have on now. I kind of like this special cake one, and it does say that it's a pro one. You can always see this on the bottom right of your templates. If there's a gold crown, that means you have to be a pro member to use that template, but I could also easily use this template as well. There's usually always a ton of free templates available. You see all these ones are free. Okay, so I'm gonna choose this template by just clicking on it. It'll load the template up for me. You can see it's named my project. I can just click on this name and change the title. And what this does, by clicking on this template, it's creating a project for me, meaning that any changes that I make, you can see here the cloud check mark, all changes have been saved. It automatically saves your progress every time you make a change. I can move something. Let's move this over here, and all changes have been saved. I can also click this back arrow or push Control Z and it'll undo what I just did. If you want to click out of this page and access it again at any time, you can go to the main Canva page and go to projects here on the left. And here it is, my cream sale story that I was just working on. So that is kind of a cool feature. You don't have to worry about any of your work being lost. Down here at the bottom right, there's a zoom feature so you can see what you're working on better. You can also enter full screen mode just to view your progress. You can't edit from this mode. And then over to the left, there's a bunch of different options for creation. This is where your toolbox is for everything creation related. So the box that I'm on right now is templates. You can see that this recently used section shows my recently used templates, meaning this green one that we're using now. You can scroll through and see all of your most recently used. That way, if you wanted to recreate, like if you had a campaign that you were doing over several days, you don't have to find the template that you were using before. It will be at that top section there. And then it also has all results. And this is kind of a section you can do the same thing we did before, where we're going to say sale. Just type in your keywords and it's going to show you all these different story templates that have to do with sales. So that's pretty cool. If you wanted to change the template, just click on it. So as you can see, it's very easy to implement a new template for whatever you're feeling. If you decide halfway through designing that you don't like what you created, you can click on a new template and no harm, no foul. I'm actually going to click the X button here so I can get back to my recently used templates and go back to that green one that I liked. And then we're going to start editing it. So over here on the uploads panel, you can record yourself or upload files, and then you can filter through images, videos, and audio. I have already uploaded the cream images that I want to use, so I'm going to go ahead and click on all three of those so that they load to my template. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see these little long white sections. Those are so you can resize your frame and crop out sections of your image if you'd like. I like that, and then I'm going to move that out of the way and do the same. I actually want the side view of this one. And all of these promo graphics or all of these product images are in your marketing portal on box.com. Check the Facebook group for the link for that, and also I would just bookmark it if I were you. Okay, so I've got my product images cropped, and now I'm going to double click this background, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. By double clicking the background, it's going to allow me to move it around. And I actually, when I was choosing this template, I thought that the avocados would be movable. So now I don't like this template and I want to change my template. So I chose a new template. I'm going to use this template, and actually everything that I just loaded on top of my product images. So what I'm going to do is click on this background image. You can see what's selected by that blue box that's surrounding it. I'm going to click that and push Control or Command bracket, so left bracket. So that new template actually wrote over the images that I just uploaded. So I'm going to go back over here to uploads and click those images again, resize the containing box so I can crop out part of those images. All right, you can see here I can just drag this image into where another image is placed, and it takes the space that image was in. It enlarged that cream photo. For now, I'm just going to select and delete this barcode, and you can see there's an image there. I'm going to situate these how I want them. You can see this, I kind of want this rotated. So to do that, you can hover over these arrow icons, and you can see my pointer changed. You can just click and drag and make them whatever angle you'd like. Kind of want those to be centered, and you can see these pink lines floating. Those are some alignment tools that are integrated in the platform, so it's easy for you to make sure things are centered or centered within other objects, things like that. You can pay attention to them or you don't have to. And then since this image is on top of this one, I'm actually going to put it to the back. So I'm going to click over here at position, and I could either do control forward bracket or control backward bracket, or you can click the position and actually click the backward button. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to press and hold the shift key and click on each of those items and click group. Then I'm going to go to elements on the right and search for a shadow. Here are all your options for the shadows. You can filter by file type by clicking up here on the top. I'm going to filter by graphics. Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing, go to position and send to back. That way it's behind those creams. Okay, and I think it's a little too intense. So I'm going to select the shadow, go up to this top right and click transparency. And now I can make it less intense by making it more transparent. And I'm going to click on the text tab. This tab has the same, so you can pick between all these pretty text options, or you can scroll back up to the top and click what type of plain text option you want. I want a subheading. I want to increase the size of that subheading quite a bit. So I'm going to push the plus icon over by the font size. You can also change the font by clicking on the font box. You can search for a font, or you can just scroll through and choose one you'd like. I'm going to leave it as it is because I like that font. And then I'm going to use these long white rectangles to resize my box, and you can see the text resizes with it. I like that, and you need to click out and then click back to be able to move it. And I actually want to bold this, so I'm going to select the text I want bolded and click the B up here. Perfect. Pain relief that goes anywhere you are. Use promo code at checkout. Perfect. And then I have all right, now I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see in full view what my graphic looks like. And it looks to me like this is kind of squished. I am going to either click and drag so it selects all of the graphics, but then you see my leaves are selected here too. So I can push shift and click on the items that I don't want to be selected, and they will be removed from the selection. Now I have everything I want to move, and I'm going to press the shift key and the down arrow to quickly move that down. You can see this graphic arrow did not move, so let's select that and do the same thing, or you can click this move icon as well. All right, so I really like how that looks. It looks like my shadow is in front of my product on accident. I selected the shadow and pressed the control button and the back bracket to make it go backward behind that product photo. So I'm liking how this is looking. I'm going to go ahead and click share so I can download it. There's a lot of different share options you can choose. I personally just like to download it to my desktop. I can choose the type of file that I want. I'm going to stick with the suggested file type, which is a PNG. I'm going to leave the size alone because that's the size of the stories that they've told me. So I'm just going to click download. And while it's downloading, let's open Facebook. Okay, so we are on the Meta Business Suite now, and I'm going to go to Planner. And I showed you this in the last video, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to schedule that story that we just made. So I clicked on schedule, and I'm going to say schedule story. And all you have to do is select a time that you want, click save, and then you can add media. Go to the file you want, click open, it'll upload that media. And you can see you have some creative tools on the left here. You can do a swipe up link. So I'm going to copy and paste my swipe up link with my question mark and my shop name. See, now I added that see more option. That's on Facebook and then also on Instagram. Perfect. You can also add additional text and stickers if you'd like. This is a good idea to be able to make Facebook and Instagram show your story to more viewers. They like when you use their tools, but since we already worked so hard on our graphic, we took a whole 5 minutes to make our graphic, I'm just gonna go without those for a second. You can also add more media if you have multiple stories that you want to load at a time. You can do up to 10 images or videos at a time, and you can click schedule story. All right, there are a ton more things that you can do with Canva, from using video templates to animating your post. Like, I'll just use this one really quick because it seems pretty simple to show you how to animate. I will just click on an object, and over at the top, somewhere at the top, it's not always in the same spot, they'll have an animate option. You can choose between different actions and select whether you want them to happen on enter or on exit or on both, how fast you want it to go, from what direction you want them to happen in. And then you can always preview your design by clicking play at the top right. Let's look at that again. So all I did was animate that new option. I could also, and then we'll do this the same but from a different direction. There you go. And maybe I want this one to tumble. So you see how that kind of creates some visual interest, especially on a story. And then the way to download that is you'll download it. You can either download it as an MP4, which you are able to upload to Facebook and Instagram, or if you want to put it in an email, then I would recommend downloading it as a GIF, and then it'll be a smaller file type for you to include in on your emails. I hope that was helpful, guys. There is a ton more out there to discover on Canva. There are so many different options, but they do have this Learn tab. I mean, they have tutorials and courses to show you exactly how to use their app. Here's one for beginners, something that will probably be kind of what I just showed you. And then there's going to be some for every single thing that you could think of about the Canva app. It is super helpful, super time saving, and I really, really recommend that you guys check this out so that you have the confidence to create your own graphics and take more full control over your business. Happy hemp paste, guys!